what's up guys? In this video we're going to take a look at how to neutralize the very boring Petroff defense. I have a lot of friends who are very scared of me, and when they play e5, you know what's coming, they're going to play the Petroff. So I have to be very creative and find a way to attack them, but also not go into some main line where everyone knows exactly what to do. Because that is another problem with the Petroff. Before I get into what to do against the Petroff, make sure to like and subscribe for more great chess videos. So knight f3, knight f6, the symmetrical, the boring, the Fabiano Caruana opening of chess. So knight f6, knight takes e5, d6, and now to make things a little bit interesting, a little different, we go knight to c4. So knight c4, they're going to take, otherwise they're down a pawn. Knight c3, take, and b takes c3. And this is how we're going to try to get a fun attacking position against black. So first, let's look at bishop e7, probably the more common line, d4, bishop d3. And now, basically, all roads are going to lead to the same thing. Let's say knight d7, knight e3, castle, d5. A couple ideas. I like to go rook b1 early, just so they can't develop that bishop. And once they deal with that, we're going to go queen f3, and then a couple ideas. I like to push c4. c4, and let's play active. Take, bishop takes. If they take on d4, you have bishop b2, and you're going to take on f6. And white's going to get a lot of play in this position. And this is exactly what you want. You want a good center, active pieces, and some kind of way to try to punish black. And you don't have an isolated pawn in d4. So this is what I would do to try to get something against the Petroff. Same kind of ideas. Let's say, for example, bishop e6, knight e3, d5 here, rook b1, b6, and something I like to do is queen f3, or you can push f4. I think f4 is another way to try to make it interesting. If they go f5, you have ideas of g4, eventually play g4, c4, just attack the center, queen f3, and I mean, you just want to make black uncomfortable, because right now black just wants to trade everything off, bore you to death, and try to find some way to sneak out a win, or even draw, because a lot of them are just happy with draws, because that's the player you're playing when they play the Petroff. So now if they go g6, another like sneakily popular line in this is a very nice game by Inarkiev, where you're going to see there's they're being shadowed, and there's no knight on f6, no knight on e7 either, so you go h4. And let's say they go rook e8 check. The very nice idea is to go king f1. Your king is safe here. I mean, they're playing the Petroff. Your king is always safe. And now you're going to go h5 and really try to open them up, get an attack. You can go bishop g5. If they go f6, it weakens their king side, and h5 is going to be even more strong. This is going to be a fun way to play against the Petroff. I like it. I've committed to it. I play in tournaments, play on blitz, get some very fun positions. You're always kind of better, but this way you have something to play for. And now we're going to look at a couple gambits that do come out of the Petroff, and then you guys will be masters of Petroff. Alright, so now we're going to look at two different gambit lines. So knight takes e5, knight c6, take, d takes, and now we go d3. So d3, we got to play solid, we're up a pawn, but don't worry, we're going to counter. So bishop c5, and now we go bishop e2. So now there's two main moves, knight g4 and h5. So knight g4 is like, wait, it's a free piece. Take, queen h4, castle, they get their piece back, but now you go queen e1, you're going to go bishop e3, and this is the point where they're like, oh crap, my attack didn't work. And then you just have a very nice easy game. You're up a pawn, solid. I think they kind of have to take, maybe the a7 pawn goes, and you're great here. If bishop d6, you just go g3, you're solid, you're good to go. And if they go h5, so bishop e2, h5, here we go c3, and this is where they're like, oh crap, my attack's not going to work. Because you know the trick, you're going to go d4, and now you're just better. You have a good position, you kick them away, and that's kind of it. All you got to know is those two tricks. So c3 of h5, and if they go knight g4, take it, castle, queen e1, life is good. Life is good, you're up a pawn, you got a good position. And now there's one last variation, the grimiest of the grimy, the grandmaster way to trade queens. And after that, you'll know exactly what to do against the Petroff. Alright, so the last variation, one that many beginners are familiar with, knight takes e4. So you go queen e2. So obviously, if the knight moves anywhere, we've seen this trick before. We go knight c6 check, we win their queen. Life's good, life's over. I've seen beginners do this and go, checkmate. It's not checkmate, and honestly, all your advantage is gone. You just take the queen. So this actually is a serviceable variation. Queen e7, take, d6, and d4. And if you play, if you try to hold on to this pawn, it's not so simple. So the key is you can have it back with interest. So queen takes, we go knight b5, and now it's not so easy for black to kind of deal with this. If he goes bishop d6, take, you got the bishop pair, he's got a weak pawn. Yes, queens are off the board, but you can play this position, come on now. And now, if instead they go king d8, bishop f4, castle queenside, and your pieces are looking real good. So that's it. That's how to master, how to attack, how to get good positions against the Petroff. Very boring, a very stubborn opening. So I know you weren't entertained when you saw Petroff, but now you're gonna be.